What up? What up? What up, everybody?
Whoa, you added me right out of the gate.
Right out the gate, y'all. We got one of those special shows.
Hey, we start 4 minutes late, and you're just like, oh, let's just go in. Let's go all in.
We're going all in, ladies and gents. Y'all know what we do here. We got wine, we got cheese, we got all kinds of comics, please. Y'all know what it is, ladies and gents. It's Wine, Cheese, and Comics, please. A sophisticated look at the state of comics and pop culture. Everything you need to know. We're catching you up to speed, but we're doing it sophisticated, ladies and gents. So we're a little buttoned up. We're a little hatted up. Y'all know what it is. I know it. Matt, you look a little underdressed for the occasion.
I am. Some stuff's been going on at work. I've been to the nines busy, but I would never miss a Wine and Cheese episode. But where's Kyle?
Where's Kyle? So the time traveler has been hopping throughout the galaxy and the universe and the multiverse and got lost in space, y'all. We're hoping he's able to make it, but the last signal just kind of broke up. So I don't know if he's going to make it back in time, y'all. And when I say back in time, he's far ahead in the future right now. So he's probably watched this. But that being the case, we'll see if he makes it in time. But as always, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for getting here early. I got my co-host, my man, Last Level Comics. I am the Cookie Man Sans. Y'all know me. So we're going to get into some fun things tonight, man. And then we're going to talk about a big cause.
Hold on. Time out.
Time out?
William, you've been ripping me up online. Ripping me up. So what did I do today? I said, William, you know, there's a slight possibility we may be a co-star down tonight. I want you to come and join us. I want you to bring those big brass peanuts to the show and talk. And William, I sent you the link. I sent you the StreamYard, and yeah, you're here in the chat. So I mean, I know you're there, but sorry, brother. I'm sorry.
Billy Badass, do not worry, man. I will hold Matt back. He is no competition for you, man. But shout out to everybody who got here early. We got my man Someday. We got my man Wolverado. For Pete Sake, Hood Inc. Comics. Liz Bonds is in there. And Billy Badass himself is here. So we are good to go. All right, ladies and gents. So y'all know what it is. We're here to have some fun, but we got a lot to talk about, man. There's been some shows. There's been some recent con news. And like I said, there's a big event that's coming up that we do want to treat everybody to talk about, but also there's some goodies connected to it. So there's a charity cause that you guys can get in, and we'll be promoting this early so that later in the month we can run a nice auction for everything that you see. So with that in mind, Matt, what do you want to jump in, good sir? Because we got a lot to talk about.
All right, so our guest is coming on in about 27 minutes, so a little bit of time. So we still got something to do. Let's start with the Big Bang. I mean, what happened this weekend? We got to start with, what went on over the weekend. You ready?
Hot damn hole! Here we go again.
I needed that minute. There we go.
He done got fly on us, ladies and gents. It is. It looks like we're about to do broadcast for the Knicks. So running down the lane, so right there in your hands, we have the legendary Batman 423 gold foil. Yes, gold foil fan expo. Now, Matt, according to sources, every day that you went to this con, there was supposed to be, I don't know, a couple hundred available for, the convention goers. Matt, just how many ended up being available for the convention goers? Do we know?
not nearly enough that mattered. Let's just start with that. So this book was supposed to be, again, rumored 1,000 copies. I'm calling straight malarkey on that. I know that right out. There's no
Right.
way there was 1,000 copies. So
Right.
we're gonna throw that out there. Second, you were only supposed to be able to purchase 5 to 10 of these on day 1, and then it was limited to 5 day 2, 3 day 3, and then 1 day 4. But there was none available after day 2. So on day 1, Thursday, there were people buying hundreds. 2 stores specifically in Canada,
and those stores are connected to who?
Whatnot? What? Nowhere?
Yes. Once again, who finds themselves in the middle of the controversy at the cons? Ladies and gents, none other than Whatnot. So 2 stores that are now under the banner in Canada are now the culprits who were kind of running this up and running it crazy. Not only that, but also the influencers. Once again, listen, everybody on social media is some form of influencer, right? But when we say the influencer is connected to Whatnot, there's certain people that are being paid that are a part of them, who they are called the Whatnot influencers. So we want to be crystal clear. Any and everyone can be an influencer. If I pick up a book and I say, oh, this Soul Plumber is the best book I ever read, and it's going to go through the roof, I've now given my opinion to a audience. I am influencing. But
it's called insider trading.
Yes. But what these guys did though, Matt, is a little bit funny style, if you ask me. You got a book that costs $23 USD there.
23 USD, 30 Canadian.
$30 Canadian, and no one at the con could find the book. No one at the con. And it was
only sold at one table, one booth, and it was sold for like the VIP people got in I think at 8 o'clock. Or no. The VIP people, the show opened at 9:30. They got in an hour to an hour and a half earlier, or an hour to a half hour earlier, and they couldn't even get them. They were sold out already. So they were sold out before the doors even opened for certain people.
Sold out before the doors open. Now imagine this: you're a con goer. You go to buy whatever exclusives. This is a hot one. I buy the advance tickets so that I can at least try and get me a couple copies of something good, and I am told it's sold out already. Ladies and gents, what the hell is going on with the con scene? What is going on with Fan Expo and Whatnot? This is pure fuckery, and we have to understand. Like, I've gotten into this debate with my man Matt right here, because the con is not only supposed to be about these books, but I digress. We got to talk about this book itself a little bit more, because it has caused a lot of controversy. But we're going to talk a little bit more about cons in general. What's the pros and cons to the cons, ladies and gents? So Matt, going back to this book itself. Why did you say shenanigans to the 1,000 print run? Go ahead.
So there was there's a red foil out as well. That was the Dallas Fan Expo. So you have to understand, this is not the only reprint of 423 Todd McFarlane Batman. There was one that was completely opposite, where the moon was yellow and the background was red, and it was a foil. It was a Dallas Fan Expo, and there was issues around that book and shenanigans. They say that these books are limited to 1,000. Now that means 1,000 for that Fan Expo. That doesn't mean thousands in total. But on top of that, if you look at the Fan Expo page, when they talk about their exclusives, anything that's limited print run will say it clear as day right on the screen. There is no limited print run on this.
Right.
The only thing that we heard was, there's only 1,000 from the people there. And then immediately on Whatnot, this is sold out right now. Please send in your money. We need all of it. This will only cost me $23, but for you, it'll be a cheap $150.
Oh my God. That is the shenanigans we're talking about. And listen, I got called out. Many people get called out. I sell books, right? If I pay $100, my profit, I need to put a profit on there. So I may charge you $130. People are like, yo, that's way too much, Sans. But the person that sold it to me for $100 made like $80 off of it. I was just making 30. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is we got to be very careful about the cons and when people are now saying things are sold out, because this is market manipulation at its finest. If you buy up all the books, one or two people, then yes, it is sold out technically, but you have cornered the market and you now control the price of the market.
And then on top of that, I didn't pay any extra for this book. I unfortunately, or very fortunately, had someone that was there in person who actually had a booth, and he was able to go Thursday morning when it opened, and they allowed him to buy as many as he wanted. He actually bought 30 because they had no limit on a book that was supposed to be limited. So I know from a source that was there who was supposed to only be able to buy 10 on Thursday, waited in line, bought 30, didn't have to like buy 10, go back in line, buy 10, go back in line, and ended up giving me one because I specifically wanted it for the show. So I don't know, people. Like, Sans and I go back and forth on this all the time. I do not go to the con to buy the shitty exclusive. I'm sorry. That is the bottom barrel. Like, the toilet paper in the bathroom is more valuable to me at a con than an exclusive. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm going to say it. There it is.
So, ladies and gents, tell me in the chat right now, when you go to the con, what is your priority? Is your priority, one, to pick up con exclusives, two, to grab signatures, three, to meet your friends and mix and mingle, or four, to cosplay and do everything? Just let us know in the chat what your goal when you go to the cons is in that kind of order. Now, I had the debate with Matt. I said, Matt, I like to get these con exclusives. I like to buy 3, sell 2, keep 1 for myself. My man
Hustler.
Billy
I gotta
Badass
respect
said
that.
cons exclusives are worthless paper. Listen, 1 out of every 5 will retain some value, right? We all know that. But at the end of the day, it's my money to spend. If I want to get to if New York Comic Con, for example, I have tickets. I'm not going up until Saturday. You mean to tell me that
You're
everything
done.
is going to be sold out
You're shit out of
before
luck.
I even get there?
Yes.
Right? Because last year I went to New York Comic Con. I tried to get some books from Comic Mint Stan. Guess what? Javon Jordan's, all of his exclusives, which still sell pretty good, sold out. They said it was sold, but look what they're telling people. There's going to be a limited amount sold each day, and you'll have an opportunity to get in line. Why is this? Why are we getting mixed messages now, Matt?
So first and foremost, this was Canada's Fan Expo exclusive. This was not a retailer exclusive. So again, Terrificon went up there. Carnivore Comics, their exclusive was there. Javon Jang, Ariel Diaz, they were available. They did it right. Comic Mint, Javon Jordan, they did it right. They were there. I could have got them at any time during the day. They had plenty available. They limited to them. It was great. But for some reason, the book that everyone says is hot, you must have, is gone before you even have the opportunity to get it. So like we talked earlier, insider training, upselling the book, hyping it up on whatnot, the publicity of sold out, need it now. It was also on the top 10 list as the #1 most sought book even before the con.
So
I mean,
again, we've heard from Brian McClay and the others from CBSI. How is that number already there before the con just started? How are they doing that?
because they knew it was going to be the hottest book. I mean, the red foil in Dallas Fan Expo was off the charts. So why wouldn't the gold foil in Canada be off the charts?
Or they are connected to a group of people that buy up a bunch of these and say, look, these shits are selling for $150. They're going to be the hottest book. But not only that, but is it also is the problem also that they have now propped it up to say it's the #1 book?
Oh, 100%.
And now you have a vicious cycle.
Look, if you don't have FOMO, this is nothing more than a shiny turd. I'm just going to call it out there right now. You polish this thing up, It'll be a turd on your shelf. 5 years from now, it's going to be a turd on your shelf. But it's shiny and it's hot, and everyone says you need it, but you really don't. For the same price that you can invest in this book on eBay, $150, $125, $100 average, go buy the number one. Go buy a mid-grade number one that has so much value, and the moon is messed up. And that is even more funnier to own a book where they forgot to color in a piece of the moon.
But look, if you're a collector, they've now put out the black and whites, the red, the gold foil. You know, you see people who collect 300 homages, who collect, homages to the Killing Joke. If you're a collector, you want this book. You mean to tell me I buy a pass for early access Thursday, I can't even get this book, Matt? What's the matter?
So, okay, the only way that they had a exclusive VIP pass that was like $350. You got VIP access. You can enter the con from any door. You could cut lines for everything but signatures. You got one of every exclusive they had to offer without waiting in line. And you got like a t-shirt and a swag bag and stuff like that. But you had to pay $350. Now, hindsight 2020, the book's selling for $150. It paid for half your pass if you weren't keeping it. But I don't know, man, to say that the only way you're going to get these exclusives other than Whatnot or, the stores that buy them up in the first day is buying a VIP pass. It's not worth it.
It doesn't make sense to me. $350 extra to get one opportunity at this book. Now, let me ask this question to everybody and you, Matt, as well. With regards to the con experience, because we heard a lot of people saying digging in the crates, getting their silver, they're not there for the books, and that makes a lot of sense now. I think maybe I've been jaded for a while. Like I've been wanting, I want the con exclusive. A lot of people are saying they go to the cons to meet, get signatures, to have fun. That's a lot of money just to hang out. I go to the con to buy shit, guys. I want to buy shit.
And in reality, that's the worst place to buy shit because it's all overpriced. Literally every wall book.
But it's supposed to be exclusive.
Exclusive my ass. I mean, I'm just telling you, like, you go to the con again. The best buys are in the $1, $5 bins, where the people that are selling are like, screw this. I'm not looking through to see if there's any keys in there. If you're going to go through it, you get it for whatever price you want. They're the best buys. Wall books on average are anywhere between 10 to 15% above GPA. I mean, you can find some steals, but I'm talking bigger picture. That's not for me. I go there to meet people. I go there to meet shops. I found an awesome artist for us for an upcoming potential exclusive that we're working on. And brother, I was dying. This is the only thing I wanted from Fan Expo. This is my Hobbit number one, signed by all 4 of the Hobbits. That's Frodo, Pippin, Sam, and Merry. This thing is 100% in my PC. It'll never leave. When do you get all 4 Hobbits in one location, man? Like
they were all in Canada? No, I mean all in
all 4 of them.
Terrificon?
Yeah, they had the Hobbit, the Hobbit experience. Bro,
I am jealous.
That's my FOMO. The person that got that signed got to meet all 4 of them, and I'm sitting here just like,
now,
awesome.
So Matt, is there any way to honestly fix the con experience? If people
stop buying them.
Stop buying them.
I'm being so real with you right now. We control the market 100% every single day. Stop buying stuff from Nerdy Girl. Stop buying stuff from Tom. Stop buying stuff from Skiff. Stop buying stuff where it's overpriced, inflated. Let them get burnt on it and sit on it. And when they turn around and they can't sell it for 150 and they sell it for 15 when they bought it for 30 just to make a piece of their money back, then buy it. But show them that you're not going to be a part of their bullshit.
All right. 100%. You heard it here, ladies and gents. New York Comic Con is coming up next. And I'm not saying to stiff all of the stores, but if some shit is sold out and I say we all band together to say, look, we're not there for the books this time. We're there for the people and the experience. Because what I'm going back to is last year when I went to New York Comic Con, there was a big ring set up. And I couldn't get near that ring. It was like a Whatnot ring. And it was just coming on the scene.
Brother, the person that got this has a Whatnot account. They have over 3,000 followers, 2,500 sales. They were slotted to sell on Whatnot 2 days at the con. Do you know what Whatnot gave them? They gave them none of these, none of their other exclusives, gave them an off like a $1 The Boys remake, a one shot Whatnot publishing book that was like the best thing they got, and then the rest were like dollar books. But yet over here, who sells for Whatnot, they were giving them 10, 15 of these at a time at a pop.
Yes.
Your actual seller that sells 2,000 items a week, like everything, dumps long box after long box on
because
Whatnot.
They have not invested in that person.
Got crapped.
They have not invested in that person. They don't care about that person. They care about the people who are able to talk to more people on social media and then create this buzz. If I have a channel that can tell you this is the top 10 or this is what you need to buy, I'm giving you this book so that you can buzz everything up. Mm-hmm. So, all right, y'all. So with regards to Whatnot, good, bad, or ugly, where do you stand with this machine? It is not stopping right now, but we're now seeing a lot of things intertwining between, you have YouTube, not YouTube, you have, YouTube influencers, you have CGC, you have Whatnot, you have store exclusives. Everything is starting to culminate at this little stomping ground here, and it's getting ugly.
I stopped selling. And I'll be honest with you, I am 100% waiting for eBay to open theirs, and I'm gonna probably jump to eBay. 100%.
I haven't opened up Whatnot since since the con of San Diego. Wait a minute, y'all. I told you he might get back into this realm.
I'm sorry. We gotta get it. What time is it?
He might be back in the realm, y'all.
Would you have to go churn the wine?
So
it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I mean, you're 30 minutes late. I mean, I can't even talk to you right now.
And I'm gonna pour another.
And they're gonna eat food.
Oh, what do we have here? Some pasta too. What are we eating here? That looks like kimchi.
Get him out of here.
No, put this man back on the screen. I need to know what this is. Kimchi goodness.
Number one, I apologize. I got distracted making this pasta, and I was like in a zone.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, look, you may not ever be able to buy a Whatnot book exclusive, but Kyle got distracted on the show that we put on making pasta.
Hey, I looked up at the clock and I go, oh shit.
We're going to need to see the cooking channel by Kyle going forward. We need to see what you made. Was that a Rasta pasta? What kind of pasta is this?
Okay. So it's 3 different types of noodles. I also got some pesto as well sprinkled on top. I melted cheese in the actual sauce, and then I put a big chunk of cheese in the middle of the pasta and let it slowly melt as it was going through. And then I also toasted some bread too. And then I also got my wine. I was like in chef mode. And
hey, chef, he's coming for your title, chef. You hear him, Harris?
Yes, chef.
Hey, listen, Billy Badass just said he deleted the Whatnot app once he found out.
I don't blame him. There's a couple people, Billy, like actual sellers that I respect the hell out of that are still on Whatnot, and I will support the hell out of them every day that they're on there. So I support the ones that deserve it, and the others don't. I won't buy. Like I'm telling you, we control the market. Look out. Black Flag did nothing at Boston Expo. We shut that whole thing down. They literally put dum-dums on the table, and that was it.
Yes.
They were locked. They were gridlocked.
I haven't seen any of those books up for sale, which is interesting.
They're out there.
They're out there, but I haven't seen them.
You'll find them at your local construction site in the porta potty.
I'm with Chef's comment with the eBay live auction. Do you think that takes over?
Yes.
That's what I said. That's what that's 100% I'm waiting on.
Okay.
Now, just to piggyback off of what you just said, Matt, before we kind of transition over into kind of what's current right now, but those with eBay's not eBay, CGC's transition to a green label, where do those Where do those Once Upon a Time Blue labels stand, and where do
Nothing.
the Raw stand?
I mean, they'll be worth something to a person that likes that rare enigma, but in reality, nothing. I mean, it's not even worth talking about. I mean,
Okay.
CGC tripped over their shoelace, couldn't put the shoe on the right foot, put the shoe on the wrong foot, put their underwear on backwards, and then tried to be like, "Oh man, we messed up. Here, let's fix it." I mean, like, a duck's a duck. I mean, that's just CGC dropped the ball the whole time.
But
in
once
the saving grace of
CGC did that, CBCS said, "Hold my glass, man. I lost 400 books."
I mean, that's what I said. I mean, CBC has had all the momentum, and then they're like, man, we're gonna do the same thing."
They
It
played
was
the
almost
PR
like-
right.
It was almost like a landmine, just like, yeah, you guys want to try and you guys better be quiet because we got this waiting in the
PGX
wings.
was back there like,
Yo, someone needs to do a little cartoon meme of that because that was like some of the most funniest stuff. Like I was all on board for CBCS, man. I had Matt off the CGC train, and then like the news hit like a bomb. It was like, oh my god, you might. There's no avoiding any of this fuckery. So
I appreciate that a lot of it's coming to the forefront.
Oh, it's all out now. Like people are 100% okay throwing that shade anymore. Like I think the wall of, oh man, I don't know if I can say something. No, I'm saying it. I'm calling it out. I'm videotaping it. I got you on TMZ comic style. Like it's going
Comic
down.
TMZ is going down, y'all.
We
Comic
show up outside
TMZ.
headquarters. What do you think about the recent accusations of the lost books?
And my man Thorough with the unsolved mystery,
Bro.
I was dying,
bro. But
he's been live.
I'm
not
sure
live.
he's got like the Whatnot Mafia after him, because like,
like, yo man, here's an envelope. Will you keep your mouth shut?
Right, we need you to get lost, man.
Let me slip you a couple gold foil 423s. These are gonna be worth a mint later.
Yo, not for nothing, no, but we're talking billions of dollars with this entity. Whatnot, there's a lot of backing to it.
Cards, comics, Funko Pops, art, collectibles,
sneakers,
toys,
everything.
Yeah. And
right?
they're just making a percentage off the top of everything. Like it's nuts.
Making
they don't
a
know what to do
percentage
with all
off
their
the
money.
top.
But that's what eBay does. That's what Amazon does.
Right.
They're just doing it.
They're carving out their, and I don't hate them. I just hate that they're not being transparent about their process. This has always happened though. They're just the ones that get caught with their hands in the cookie jar, proverbially, because when look, all of this would have been a moot point had they just gone about this the right way, right? No one would have been caring about the gold foil if people had not cut the lines and taken the acetate.
They need to come forward. Yeah, exactly. The acetate thing brought everything to light. So now
because the gold foil happened behind the scenes. It always happened like that.
Yep.
Just like you told me, Matt. I was like, well, I want to get there. He was like, half of the shit is sold already before they even get to the con.
It was Thursday. It was like sold out. They had Friday they probably had 150. Saturday they had 15. Friday they had like, oh, here's a couple damaged ones. Like literally like, oh, this one's got like some pressable defects. We'll give it to you for 20.
Wow.
But listen, we're talking about the cons, and we got a special guest that's joined us today, and she did something amazing at Terrificon.
Oh, let's talk about it.
So hold on. First, we gotta show her video, what she's working on right now, and then we'll bring her out.
Cool.
Yay!
Hi.
What's up, Tara? That room
How
looks
are you
really
guys?
familiar. I love it.
Thanks. I stole it. It was my husband's office, and then it was converted
Yes.
to my office.
Kick him out. Kick him out. Kick him out.
He did
Welcome
the work,
to
so I
the
really can't
show.
complain. Thanks.
Fair.
Welcome to Wine and Cheese and Comics, please. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. First and foremost, what, if anything, are you drinking or eating tonight?
I am drinking a Crook and Marker Blackberry Lime Mojito.
Ooh,
Clearly
Classic.
my new
I
favorite.
love Crook and Marker. They do like a quinoa drink that was really good.
Fart
Yeah,
water.
I haven't had that one yet. This is like my favorite though so far. So I like these and High Noons. They're probably the best.
The High
Don't make-
Noon Peach Vodka. I just had it at the beach. Me and you,
don't make me
Tara,
remove you.
we're here with it. We're here with
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna remove her out. I'm just gonna get her
What
out.
are what are these drinks that they're talking about? Because I have no idea what they're talking. They're just like putting adjectives together, and it's just confusing. Eh?
No.
High Noon had a peach vodka when I was
Yeah.
at Rehoboth and Bethany
A-
Beach.
A
Oh my
time
God,
period
it's-
of fruit and a liquor. That's all I'm hearing.
It's
It's
Sounds
delicious.
so
It just
good.
works, okay? Just works.
sugary.
All right, so now that we
They're
got
actually
that out the
not
way,
sugary, and that's why I like these. They're zero sugars. That's why I
yes,
like them.
that's why I love the Crook and Marker, because they had a quinoa one that was like 0 carbs or whatever. But
Take it back.
now that we got the drink out of the way, Tara, tell us a little bit about the Adeline Rose Foundation and what you are focused on going forward.
All right. So the Adeline Rose Foundation is actually founded by friends of mine, and they developed this after losing a child during pregnancy. And when it came to the time when they had to do the bereavement costs, someone actually stepped in. A family member was like, absolutely not. You're not going to think about that right now in this time of your life. So that's what they do. And we live in Pennsylvania. So they developed this nonprofit organization to do that for other families. I believe they're making their way into their 3rd local hospital. So the
Oh, wow.
hospitals, and they're in some doctors' offices, and the families themselves can reach out, or the hospitals can, to the families or to the organization, and they run it. Their friends run it. They're growing. It's just really great. They give care packages. They do the bereavement costs. They have set up counseling services, and they're starting to branch out to almost the entire state of Pennsylvania, if I last read correctly. And they do a couple events. I believe it's 3 large events throughout the year to drive fundraising to help support the cause. So
Got it. Now,
How are they
specifically-
spaced
Go
out?
ahead, Matt.
Sorry. How are the 3 events spaced out?
So they have one at Mother's Day. So they do a Mother's Day event. They did a siblings day at Knoebels. It's a little park. So they even did an extra little event this year for siblings at an amusement park. They also, then in October, we're having the walk, which is what I'm fundraising for right now, is their Empty Stroller 5K. And then I believe it's either December or January, they're having a big gala, which is a big fancy dance, photo booths, all kinds of things. So it's about quarterly, if you will. So they do 3 to 4 events. So this year they threw in the sibling event.
Fantastic. So the walk itself, you're involved with this. It is Empty Strollers Walk is what it's called.
Yep. So this is the Empty Stroller 5K. So some families will bring their empty strollers to symbolize what should have been or could have been, right? So they'll bring their empty strollers, or they can just come if they're just there supporting other families. So it's the Empty Stroller 5K in person on October 9th. And I am sitting as a volunteer on their committee or their board this year for that event. And then you can also register to virtually walk or run the 5K October 1st through 31st, so the entire month, to support it. And they've had people registering from multiple states already this year. And I think they've tripled their signups for how many people have already signed up at this time compared to last year. So it's great.
Oh, wow. So I do have a good buddy that I worked with for about 10 years who went through a similar situation, and we need to get involved and do the virtual over the month walk. That would be awesome. So how can the viewers get involved in terms of helping you to fundraise? Now, you have a specific goal that you're focused on for this year, right?
I do. I set my personal fundraising goal pretty low on my site for like 500. But then we went to Terrificon, and I actually feel like I should raise it because anything that comes from what we'll be raffling off, which I'll show you here shortly, any of those proceeds from those raffles is going to go directly into my fundraising for the Adeline Rose Foundation. So I'll put it right into the website. So I can share the websites and how to sign up for the walk virtually or in person if people are local. And then people can also donate directly on the website. The caveat to that is it does request some personal information. So you have to put like your name, your address in and things like that. But what we'll do with the raffle is we'll have different modes of purchasing or donating for the tickets for the raffle tickets, if you will. That
Yes.
way they don't have to share their personal information. So I feel like I set my goal really low, but it's the first time I have ever fundraised. So I didn't really.
You just need a baseline for this year, right?
Yeah, so 500.
Philanthropy is one of those things that will begin to grow, and as you set your baseline next year, you can shoot for higher goals and go from there.
And
Now-
last year we just did the auction, and it was just part of the auction, part of the proceeds, and I think we almost raised almost $700 altogether. So that's not including any of the stuff that, like I said, that Tara's about to show, that Terrificon was so kind to us. But then our goal is to hopefully kick it off at the end of September, around September 21st-ish, and close it off on a Wednesday night auction dedicated specifically to Adeline Rose, with some amazing goodies that are just 100% proceeds
Yes.
going to the cause.
So any of you sellers out there who are interested in sending your joining us for that night and sending portions of your proceeds towards the cause, 100%, 50%, whatever it is,
5%, we don't care. It
don't
doesn't
care.
matter. Anything is great.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
so
gosh, awesome.
yes, and so we're gonna be advertising this in the next couple of days. It'll be closer to the end of the month, like the 21st or 28th, right, Matt?
Yes.
And so we'll have that up and running, more advertisement coming your way, but a worthy cause, and we have some worthy goodies that they might have a chance at getting. Is that not right, Tara?
Yes.
Do you want to show us some?
So yes, I will.
So while she's grabbing them, as you saw in the video, it's $5, and I know we say raffle, but it's a little easier. We're going to be doing it as a wheel spin. So I'm going to share the wheel here so you can see it. It is set up with the Adeline Rose Foundation. It has, every time you buy a raffle, you're going to get a spot on the wheel. We're going to run it. So the nice thing about this is you don't have to put in one $5 ticket for one prize. When you put in $5, you're eligible for all the prizes. So we're just going to hold up a prize in the auction. We're going to spin the wheel. The winner's going to get it. And as always, your name for that slot is going to fall off. So if you bought 15 slots, you win something, you're down to 14 slots. So again, this allows you to not only be a part of signed comic books that we had donated to us from Sam De La Rosa. This is signed Venom with Tom Hardy. We have about 5 prints. And then the grand prize item is the shield. So go ahead, I'll let you.
And just to put into perspective, for the month of June, the Adeline Rose Foundation donated 14 care packages for infant lost families, $1,900 for funeral home and cremation costs, and $5,238 paid for program services and support, like their counseling. So that's just an idea of like how much funding they can use because of how many resources they really are using. So
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start with the grand prize because it's on top here and I don't want to knock it down. So this put me way out of my comfort zone. Just for everybody out there. I was like, Matt had this idea, right, that we're going to walk up to these people and be like, sign my shield for a cause. And I'm like, I've never talked to these people. They're like famous in their world. I'm telling them my personal life and history and why we're raising money. And I felt like I was going to like vomit the first 3 people because I'm like, hi. And like, just started rambling, and there's people waiting in line like, dude, I just want my comic book signed, but they were all so nice. So I talked to 23 of them, and 23 of them
Oh my God.
our shield. So oh my gosh, it's beautiful, and it's tin or aluminum, I guess. and it has like little handles you can hang it on. So, oh my gosh, it's really neat. I'm kind of jealous of whoever does win it because it's just really neat.
Now,
There is putting in a
this
raffle basket, but we felt like the community might enjoy it more.
this is one of those items that, regardless of whether you're a comic book collector, whether you're a movie buff, whoever you are, when you get a Captain America shield that you can actually either frame or just put up on your wall with this many iconic signatures, that's ridiculous.
And you can grow off it. I mean, you can take
Yes.
that to every con with you and keep growing and
Yes.
growing. I mean, 22 is like the benchmark, and again, there's some huge names on there.
And Matt, where did we go? We went to Third Eye Comic, where we saw the guy signing the little Batmobile, and he would take it wherever he went. And
Yep.
that is one of those things. There's plenty of room to get more SIGs on there.
Yes, there is. I have to say, John Jang's signature on there was really awesome. I think he was like the second or third. It was like the second day of Terrificon, and I'm looking at his big stand and all this stuff. And he's like, I worked on that movie, you know. And I'm like, I didn't know that. Did you really? And it was like, he was just so nice. And he just kind of explained it. And he actually took the time. He had a really neat Alice in Wonderland cover for Alice Ever After, which I still regret not buying one at the time signed. So, you know, maybe next time. But
Just call him. He'll send us one.
Yeah, he'll send us one. Wow.
he was so nice. So and he took the time to explain to me like what variants are and that the purpose of buying a variant is to collect it. I'm like, but I want to read it. And he's like, we don't really open the variants, right? So he's like, you can. So he was explaining it to me. But the fact that someone who also worked on Pacific Rim, which is one of my all-time favorite movies,
Yes.
taking the time to speak to me was just really cool. So I think it just kind of spiraled my whole adventure down comic books. I've been going to these things for a long time and just went for fun, and now I'm actually interested. So yeah, everything's changed. So from the kindness of comic people. So speaking of kindness, they donated collectively that Venom comic that Matt just held up, signed by Sam De La Rosa. And additionally, there are the signed prints.
Oh, wow.
It's by Ruben.
So that is what is 320, 36. What is it? 363.
Yep.
That is gorgeous.
Sorry for the glare.
Where's Lucian at? Lucian's gonna need about 20 entries just for that bad boy.
I love this one.
Ooh,
Yep.
strange.
So Doctor Strange and the Venom Spider-Man were both signed by Randy Eberlin. So Randy Eberlin, and he's known as an artist for Amazing Spider-Man, G.I. Joe, Doctor Strange, Star Wars, Marvel Comic Presents, and so much more. Probably the cool, one of the coolest guys we got to speak to. He donated both of those items.
Yeah, it was like the end of the day, and he's like, I really have to get these drawings done, but let's talk. So he was neat. He was really cool too, and he was just talking to us about like old times versus new times in the movie and comic world, which was nice too. So hey,
my power went out.
oh no! Good thing you had
Come
your dinner
outside.
made.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's super hot too.
Yeah, good thing your dinner was made before your power went out, or you'd have like a half-made dinner.
Exactly.
Gosh, and I won't keep you guys too much longer. So
No, this is awesome stuff right here.
goodness.
So we got a first
Gary-
Punisher.
Signed by Gary Conaway. He is the legendary writer for Spider-Man, co-creator of The Punisher, Miss Marvel, and Firestorm. And again, everyone knows ASM 129. This is
Yes.
the most iconic cover for Spider-Man. To have it in a print with his signature on it, it's amazing.
And they'll ship in the frames too.
Yep.
These are gorgeous.
The next one, Moon Knight, Chris Campana. So also a very cool set. I can't find his signature down here in the corner. He also experienced loss to the extent that he lost his son and his wife during childbirth a couple years ago. So when we started talking to him, he signed the shield and he donated this print. And he also has a nonprofit called Tanina's Reef. And what that does, and I did share that in one of my links, one of my I think initial links with the shield, is they help fund people in like less lesser financial situations to get the things that they need to care for their families, like hosting like it's like a baby shower, if you would. So that was just, it was interesting how many people we talked to about our cause who were touched by it or knew someone.
There's so many people touched by, this cause or similar that it's a powerful message and a powerful thing to be a part of. And at the end of the day, just finding a way to give back and to help people is the big message here. Not only that, but you're giving some amazing opportunity to this community to get some once in a lifetime items. You're not going to get these types of things, but when you combine the fact that everything is going to charity based upon this, it makes that item so much more worth it.
And it's 100%. It's not a percentage. Every dime, every penny is going directly to the charity.
Thank you, Sid. I'll make sure I get the links out to these guys to share, and I'll post it on everything too. Cool. Yes, everything is going to the cause, 100%. However, I received that. I will be managing all of the incoming from the tickets, the raffles, donations. So then anything that comes into me will go directly to them, 100%. And I lost my train of thought. So, and I already have a little bit in there from just personal fundraising, just from other people who have been touched by the cause as well, and that are near and dear to our hearts as well, that we know experience. And I think what's so interesting and cool about it is like knowing the people who are founding it and co-founding it, you're truly seeing where it's going, and you see how much of their heart and soul they put into it. Because I'll tell you, I don't know how they do it day after day, like talking to them. Like I see them on a monthly basis, and just talking to them and how many phone calls they get a week of families who are going through some form of bereavement. It's like, I would need therapy. Like it's a lot to support those people. So it's just really nice. So thank you for allowing me here to share. And
anytime.
And this is the last one I have.
This is from Alex Svek. He is the artist of Web of Spider-Man, The Flash, Iron Man, DC Presents Batman, and he did an awesome print of Vulture and Spider-Man.
That is gorgeous.
That glare is killing me. I'm so sorry. I can't find the right angle.
It is okay. We can see it perfectly fine.
I can't even get the right angle on the camera, like down here. I don't even know what's happening.
Just tilt it to the ceiling.
To the ceiling. Is that the trick? Oh my gosh. Where were you the first 5?
He was off in a different time zone and different.
Complicated.
So as a way to say thank you for everyone that's currently here right now that has commented on the show, as we said, it's $5 a ticket, $20 for 5 tickets. You can go to Blackbirdie T Comics on IG. If you click her profile, there's a link tree there. You can either donate directly to the Adeline Rose Foundation. We just ask that you put your name and then your IG handle in the comments. So that way we can put the number of tickets that you purchased on the wheel. Or you can talk to us directly, DM us directly, send the payment to us directly, and then we will add it. So
and Matt,
this is the wheel.
Type the link in there.
Yep, I got it all. I got it all ready to go.
And I'm working on setting up my link tree, so I'll put my PayPal, I believe, in there too, so that would be a good route, I believe, as well. So depending how people like to do that. I have Venmo too, so whatever people are more comfortable with.
And for everyone that has commented in our chat tonight, to get this raffle, this wheel started, I put everyone's name that is here. We are going to give 2 free spots to whoever wins this wheel spin. So if you commented tonight, you're in. So here we go. Who's going to get this fundraiser started for us? The wheel is live. Who's it going to be? Hood Comics.
Comics.
Ah. No, who that? Oh, look at this. Look, now everyone's commenting. Look, FOC Books is commenting. Who that's commenting. All those people hiding in the background. So Hood Inc. Comics, you will be the first 2 names on our wheel for this charity. We cannot thank you enough. Like I said, this is going to go on almost probably through the 21st of September. We're looking at a Wednesday auction. I know Whale Wednesday is usually the big thing, but we're going to steal a Wednesday specifically for this. And again, anyone that wants to come on, donate. I don't care if it's a 50-cent book, 5-cent book. It's just giving back to the charity. We'd love to have you. And again, 100% of the proceeds will be going to this cause. So we're excited, and thank you, Tara, so much for coming on with us.
Thank you.
Please take a moment. I put her link in the chat. Go follow her, because all month we're going to be doing like and share this post. If you like and share this post, you're going to get, spots on the wheel. And like I said to you earlier, when you put a $5 donation, you're in for all of those prints. You're in for the Sam De La Rosa comic. You're in for the Shield. So imagine, picking something up that amazing for $5 donation to an amazing cause.
That
And
is
the more
awesome.
chances you
Tara,
put in to
once
win.
again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Guys, get in on this. It is costing you little to nothing to get an opportunity to win something amazing, but more so give to a great cause. So kudos to you, Tara, for the fundraising, and kudos to putting Matt to work to make him go get all those signatures. Get him working. Get him working.
As I was sweating getting them. So I appreciate your time, and thank you everyone for watching and letting me come on, and can't wait to see you to win your prizes.
We got to
Cheers.
talk about the high noons and the crooked makers going forward. No
More
more.
order.
I feel like we need to mail some out to everybody for your next show, so everybody can
There we
taste
go.
that.
That's not illegal to mail alcohol.
No,
Over state lines.
it's
Totally okay.
We won't get in trouble for that at all.
No.
It's fine. Nobody will know. I'll bubble wrap it. It's cool.
I mean, Sans and I can't even get 50 comics through Canada, but let's just send some alcohol out to people. Let's make it a
Oh,
party.
no, don't get me started on Canada.
Oh my god, it's legal in some states. All right, I will let you guys finish your show. Thank you for your time. Good night, guys.
Good night. And with that, once again, great cause. Look out for more information to come your way in the next couple of weeks with regards to the big show that we will be doing in terms of donating. Y'all know here on the Cookie Show, my co-host here, we all about making sure that we do stuff to give back to the community. Last year, we were able to do a charity auction for some of our great community members impacted by the hurricane.
Yes.
This year, we have an opportunity to impact a great cause, the Adeline Rose Foundation, and we're looking to you guys to help support that, or if you want to donate, more information will be coming to you. So be on the lookout. And now,
All right, we got to shift
shall
it
we
up a
talk
little.
about the shows?
Yeah, what shows? Want to go with shows? All right, let's go shows. I'm actually mad at myself though, and I'll tell you why after we see this. Look, I missed one. I missed one that flew under my radar, and I had to watch it today so we could watch it. So we could talk about it. Samaritan on Amazon Prime. Your face is like, I have no idea what this is. Sylvester Stallone made a superhero movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, called Samaritan. It's only
No,
on Amazon Prime.
literally, no one's talking about it.
Nothing. Just came out this either tail end of last week.
That's weird. That's honestly that's weird for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird for a Stallone type of show. Like, I think I saw something from Stallone maybe a month ago, but I don't even think I knew what the name of what it was or anything of that nature. Is it good? Is it worth taking a look at?
It was better than Morbius. I mean, a high level Sony production, and you have Amazon Prime Sylvester Stallone. So I mean, it's Stallone. I mean, the man's out of his prime. It's like a D-line concept. Two twin brothers, both with powers, one evil, one good. The fate over the battle of a, Harlem-esque town. So, I mean,
so the chat knows about it. The chat is talking about it. They're saying it's bad or it's been all over the commercials. Damn it. All I've seen for the last month is House of Dragons and She-Hulk.
oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. Look, all right,
Where do we want to get started? Let's leave it up to Kyle. Kyle,
where
where do
we
you
go
want to
first?
get started, Kyle?
She-Hulk.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll
Okay.
let you go first. I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
go
Kyle.
last.
Go ahead, Kyle. You're
All right.
first.
I've heard all over the board about what She-Hulk is, and I am on the I freaking love it. Like, I think
have you watched it? You said you heard all of the word. Have you witnessed it?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying I've heard everybody say like, oh, it's terrible, it's nothing like this, and then I've heard people saying like, yo, this is like legitimately good. People like to bash CG a lot, so
I don't
like
mind it.
they're not like as excited about the design.
But the CG looked terrible in the first previews.
I think it's a
Yeah.
lot cleaner than I think it's a lot.
I think it's
cleaner
cleaner than yeah. Now, Matt, did we have any kind of hit or miss that you can recall for this?
I do. Hold on, we do 100%.
Okay.
So
keep
let
talking.
me
I'll pull it
just
up.
say my part.
Yeah.
You're saying it's freaking awesome. I'm
Absolutely.
saying it's not as funny as I thought it was going to be. It's kind of cliche with the fourth wall breaking. It's just not like and maybe it's because they show some of the previews and stuff, and I want to like it. I like what they're doing. There's just a couple of issues I have with it. One, it's not as funny as I thought it was gonna be. And I told my boys Huda, Nola, all of them. I was just like, yo, the episode just doesn't seem funny. And the second thing is I don't like the Hulk. I hate the Hulk. The Hulk fucking
Yes.
sucks.
Thank
I'm with you.
Look,
I'm
just
with
get
you.
rid of him. Just get rid of him. Just make it
Yes.
about her. You
He
don't
ruined-
need him at all. He's ruining the first 2 episodes. 100%.
He
Literally.
ruined the first one for me. I liked him better in the second one.
Yes,
He
literally.
was in it for like 5 minutes.
sucked.
That's why.
Yeah.
Why is the
because it
Hulk-
was glass?
Why is
Yeah.
the Hulk fighting a brand new Hulk and actually getting bested? Why is the Hulk getting run over by a truck when he can stop a goddamn Shatari spaceship? We've all seen the image by now. Like the Hulk is basically this super. Like who decided to super nerf the Hulk? My wife
Okay.
is walking around saying,
He is
"Who nerfed
he-
the Hulk? Who nerfed
he-
the Hulk?"
he is the pussification of the Hawk. I'm sorry. Yoga Hawk is not my Hawk.
Not my
Edward
Hulk.
Norton, Thunderclap, like fighting Abomination, breaking a bone out of his arm. That's my
Yes.
Hawk.
Yes.
Like,
and even Avengers
Hawk. Yeah, that was my.
was badass.
The last good Hawk we saw was in
Was
Ultron.
was versus Hulkbuster when Scarlet
That's right.
Witch was in his head.
Even like Hawk from Ragnarok. I didn't care.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah. Don't say Edward Norton.
Scar.
Scar. So Kyle, what do you love about She-Hulk? What is there to like?
It's like self-aware in a good way, because we knew it was going to be campy. Because if you've read any She-Hulk comic, they break the fourth wall. But it's playing off the tropes. It's making fun of itself and making
that's
fun
good
of
to
like
know.
other Marvel. Like is Captain America a virgin?
Right. Hilarious.
That was the
I
whole.
love that.
That was like a premise. I loved it.
That UC tour, man, dude did work.
I absolutely love that they did that.
Yeah.
But it just makes people start to think and talk about stuff. That is hilarious.
All right, our ranking. Sands was a miss. Matt was a miss. Kyle was a hit. And look, am I saying it's a hit yet? No, I'm saying I hated episode 1 because of the Hawk. I liked episode 1 because of She-Hulk. I think she plays a very good She-Hulk. I like how she's the lawyer. I love the tropes between when she's drinking at the bar and then she transitions back into her lawyer form and she's drunk. Like there's some things that I thought were done very well, but I hate the Hulk. I also didn't really like how they did the transition. Oh my god, this random spaceship out of nowhere is in front of them. They crash the car. Campy. The book, she gets injured, gets a blood transfusion. I mean, like there's similarities, but you know, I don't.
A Sicarian ship just flies through.
I said it was a miss, but I'm 50-50 because I actually loved episode 1. I just hated Hulk. There was a lot of Hulk in that episode, but what I loved was like him messing with her, like him like training her, him messing with her, and then like you said, her being the lawyer, her doing what she does. It was funny, the bar scenes, all of that. Episode 2 was less funny to me. It was like more like
Yeah.
Serious.
they were asking for the laughs.
But
They were
they
pushing for the laughs.
they've resolved a plot hole in fans where fans never wanted to acknowledge that the Edward Norton Hawk was part of the Marvel universe. And he even said, "Man, some people would say I was a completely different guy."
Yes,
so-
I love
So
what
they
they're doing.
100% fix that, shine light on it. I love how they brought back Abomination from the Edward Norton stages in his
Yeah.
personal
Oh, that
form.
was
like so there's
that was good.
Listen,
there's a lot of good things. Like I want my, and again, the thunderclap. I was so excited to see it, but then like I go back to watch the Edward Norton one, and his thunderclap was just so menacing. Like he clapped, the earth ripped up, like
yes,
everything. Like
yes.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I just can't. Less. Give me more She-Hulk, less Hawk, and I think I'll like it.
It was goofball Hulk versus. It wasn't even Gladiator Hulk. If it was Gladiator Hulk,
It was
it
nothing.
would have been crazy because Gladiator Hulk was talking. He was just like more childish. It would have been great. So
And you got to see
what are
Abomination,
our
William.
what are our
You saw,
expectations going forward? What are our expectations going forward for this show? Is it going to improve, or do we see a drop off like we see with like Miss Marvel at episode 5 and 6, maybe?
well, you're not gonna have the drop off. You want to know why? Daredevil. Period. People are watching just to see Daredevil. I'm sorry, Miss Marvel. Again, you could say it's good. You can say it brought all these things. It finally showcased mutants. Whatever you want to do. Daredevil and the Netflix Daredevil that we know is coming. We know we're
Yeah.
getting Netflix Punisher. We know we're getting Netflix Jessica Jones with a cameo. We know we're getting Netflix Luke Cage. We're the only thing they didn't take from Netflix is Iron Fist, and I'm okay with it. So
I can live with that. I just needed
So-
Punisher, to be honest with you. Punisher and Daredevil, and I would have been happy.
yeah, I agree. And we're getting
Like-
classic Daredevil, yellow and gold Daredevil.
Yes.
So
All right. So
I'm like
She-Hulk-
barely hanging on, man. My phones are like starting to overheat.
Oh my gosh, what is going on, Kyle? Your cousin Kang is pretty upset with you right now. man.
Yeah, he was a little upset that I was late for 30
Yes,
minutes.
you've
So
broken
he's,
the
I'm
sacred
in the
timeout.
I'm in the punishment zone.
you're gonna be more in the
So,
punishments and wait till the show ends.
Matt, what's the next show you want to dive into, Matt?
So look, listen, Sandman. I want to save Game of Thrones for the end because Game of Thrones, 2 episodes in, is absolutely phenomenal. But Sandman,
Well, stop talking about it. What
I like it. Sandman. Did anyone watch it? Watch all of them?
Yes.
No,
yes.
no, me. Am
So
I the only one?
Sandman. No, I watched Sandman. Sandman was dark. It was gritty. It was kind of told like a British. You ever watch British TV like Luther or Sherlock? It felt like that, and it was captivating each episode. And then it was like fantastical in a dark way, like when you would go back to Dream's world and you would see all of this like madness that he was able to create. My favorite character was like the librarian for so long because she was just awesome, man. She was like, oh no, I just decided to stick around. I knew you'd be back, but for almost a millennium, this
100
guy
years.
was kidnapped,
Naked.
and people were stuck in comas. It was a crazy outcome for some selfish people, and you could see it was almost like the monkey paw. Like you had I love the way they did this episode, this whole season. The last kind of add-on episode was a little bit interesting with the muse and everything.
Yep.
I liked it. I just thought it was kind of like
Episode
but-
5, hands down, was my favorite. That was the one where they're in the diner, and the guy says he wants to change up the world and make everyone honest.
now.
So,
Are you upset about the change to Constantine?
yes,
Because that's what people are talking about.
but but she did it well. She did it so well, though. Listen, I have one gripe, and I love Patton Oswalt. I love him. I think he's a funny comedian. I absolutely despise him every time he talks as the Raven. Like, I want to mute the TV. He is the worst voice actor for that Raven you could have ever chosen.
He's a huge
Listen.
comic fan, though.
I know.
Huge
That's what I
comic
said. I
fan.
love him. I love him. I just think that's the bad role for him.
Well, one
I
of the things
love what they did with Death. I think Death's
Yes.
whole episode was
Yes.
phenomenal.
Oh my God, so good. One of the things that we didn't talk about was the impact of the show on the books. Now, She-Hulk books, it's still on that kind of like, it was down for like the last
Well, the
couple of months.
But the CGC, well, the CGI was so bad, everyone was bashing before it
Was
even came out.
billing, yes.
Now
yes.
people are saying, okay, this has got some legs on it, but we got to see where it's going, and it's
So long term, is the She-Hulk book and now an investment?
it's a key. It's going to be an
It's a key.
investment. I don't think it'll ever hit the 2021 highs, no matter what this series does.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a one and done TV series. I don't see her coming long term.
Actually, I disagree with you.
You think you'll see her
I
I
disagree
think
with
she
that
has-
last part, but I agree with the first part.
I think she has legs in the MCU, whether it be Thunderbolts or some type of team. I think she will be on it.
Will she replace Red Hawk in Thunderbolts since
That's what I'm wondering.
Ross passed away?
That's what I'm wondering. The other
Fuck.
thing is, I think the She-Hulk book, get it now, because I think it becomes kind of like the Deadpool book where it is not going to come back down. I think it kind of, when that CGI was terrible, people jumped ship and was like, fuck this book. I think when Daredevil hits, this show is going to be a mega hit for Disney Plus, and She-Hulk is going to be a fan favorite, and they're going to use her in either an all-female group or like a Thunderbolts type of group, and she's going to have legs for a long time. Yeah. He said, oh, she got legs. And those issues, because the show is playing, just like Kyle said, just the way the books are written, with breaking the fourth wall. So people are going back to invest in these books and look at these books. So that second sensational She-Hulk run, a lot of people are like looking for some of those keys. So I think She-Hulk has legs. Going back to Sandman, does Sandman have legs?
I don't know. It's on the fence if they're going to get renewed for a second season, but I loved it.
And it's an indie.
Their omnibuses are selling for buco bucks.
Yeah. A book, the was it the trade paperback of books like 1 through 12 is still like $500. Like, it's ridiculous.
And then the absolute versions are kind of expensive. I'm reading Absolute Death right now.
Yeah.
And it's a trip.
And
Yeah.
I bought my wife loved it. She absolutely loved it. So I went and I bought her the Sandman #1 facsimile, and she read
Cool.
it. She's like, they're different, but they're still taught. Like she understood where they pulled the character from.
Yeah.
The
First Death,
universe is still
first Morpheus, first Death. Will these be
1-8? Yeah, 1 and 8 will always be top sellers.
Yeah.
I mean, a number 1 and a 9/8 is selling between 800 and 925 ish, depending on a good
Okay.
day. Death,
but will it
Death
come,
is 6.
come back down?
I think everything comes back down. I don't think it'll come down to like a baseline, like the floor anymore, because there's an actual TV series. But you'll see probably $100 to $150 fluctuation here and there.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I see
reasonable.
it. I see a 9/8 staying around 700, 750. So
Yes. there you
jumping
go.
back to She-Hulk real fast. The reason that I'm such a big She-Hulk fan was the Secret Invasion run that they did.
Mm.
And I freaking loved it. And
And-
I think that she might
You
show up
are
in the
a damn
show.
Skrull lover.
Yeah.
freaking scrolls.
But yeah, for Sandman, I think it's really cool that
So-
And we're gonna have to do a show. Name the Skrull, because you know it's coming, and we're gonna need to know.
can we just pick random characters?
Yes,
Just
we're
like-
gonna need
yeah.
to know who the hell are
Thor,
Skrull,
Scroll.
because there's gonna be something that's gonna like shock people, and we're gonna be like, oh my god, that person was a Skrull. What the hell, right? Like Captain America was a Skrull the whole time. or
Yeah,
Falcon.
I mean
Skrull.
that
He couldn't
so
get any. He was a virgin.
Sandman is
So,
a
I mean,
full
that's why.
universe. Like Secret Invasion took over all the titles in Marvel at one point.
Yes. And so we know it's coming. Secret Invasion is coming. So that's what I would say is going to be a fun episode for us to just go through and dissect the Skrulls. Now,
Sandman, straight hits, all of us.
straight hits. And I think for what Netflix did, they hit a home run. I
Yeah.
think they hit a home run. It would be great. I don't think it's having necessarily an impact on the new run of comics. And that's interesting because what I see Netflix does or other shows, you got Lock and Key, which in my opinion is terrible.
Bomb. Season 4 is horrible.
Terrible season. Even if 4 terrible, but they're not impacting the comics. These shows are not. Umbrella Academy, I don't see any movement on the shows. On the comic based upon the show. In fact, I almost see like it's flat.
Yep.
Like so.
I liked Umbrella Academy though.
But Umbrella Academy has been good for all 3 or 4 seasons, but you're not necessarily seeing a spike in. So I'm asking that in regards to like, okay, they're making something that's killing the children, right? Or we should eventually get something. I know, Kyle, you hate this, but is that book just dead in the water right now, or
no?
No,
it just depends. I mean, Umbrella Academy, in my opinion, the comic books weren't that great. I mean, at least from an artistic perspective. I don't want to throw shade though. That's the problem. No, actually, screw it. Umbrella Academy, I wasn't a big fan of the art, and I don't really want the books because I'd rather just watch the show and see a different iteration. So that's just my opinion. Something is killing the children. I think that the show has a shot. And the book's already popular. Like Umbrella Academy wasn't popular before, but Something is Killing the Children is popular now.
If they stick to the first 15 episodes of the book and don't go any further, after that, it's a straight dumpster fire between that and House of Slaughter. So, I mean,
does anyone even know what's going on with House of Slaughter? And not to throw shade, but like it was the biggest hype thing ever. And it
is the biggest flop of 2022. It is 100% my top flop.
But why are they when do they just decide to cancel this? Like
they
I continue to see issues.
They just did a one-shot like prequel to bring on like some more backstory. Like, I mean, they're gonna bleed this stone dry because they can't cancel. If they cancel it, they blow everything they have with Netflix. They just got to ride this pony until they're picking the wood chips out of their ass. I mean, I'm sorry.
All right, so let's talk about Game of Thrones. Better yet, House of Dragons.
I was a miss on this. I'm eating crow right now.
Where was I?
You are the only hit.
Yeah, I thought I was missed too. I remember saying this. It's freaking cool. It's so cool. I was wrong. I'll eat the crow with you.
Brother, listen. I was hooked on it in the first 20 minutes. The first episode.
Can I just say Rhaenyra's child actors, both her and Alicent, are like amazing. Like they are so fierce, powerful, and just doing what they do. I love Corlys. I love when little Lana was walking with him and was like, mom said I don't have to sleep with you until I'm 14. I was like, these actors and actresses, young and old, are playing the hell out of this. And this is what Game of Thrones needed for seasons 5, 6, and 7. Or from
7 was good. 7 was good. 8 was horrible. I'm sorry. 7. See, I'll fight you on that. 7 was good. 8 was horrible.
7 was what? When they blew up the Sept.
7 was when they blew up the Sept, and then she saved Jon Snow in the north.
And that was terrible. All of that people.
All right, folks. Now welcome to the Kyle and Matt show.
All of the
where we talk-
people-
Yeah, before I
vanishing.
DC, what's gonna happen? You're gonna kick Sands, and then I'm gonna go stagnant, and you're just gonna
Right.
sit here.
People being able to warp from the north to the south, like in light speed. Whatever, man. Why take a dragon out there? Whatever. We can go into. We'll have to do a Game of Thrones show breakdown.
I'm
you
bringing
know,
my wife.
5 years
She's gonna
after.
rip you up. She's gonna rip you up.
Yes, we will do it, man. Because the problem with and let's talk about House of Dragons, man. What they did so good is they actually have someone who loves the source material, who is a fan doing this show running and doing everything for this show, and they are doing it right. The simple fact that Rhaenyra rode her dragon against the king's order to the bridge to stop what would have been a bloodshed, because Craxus was about to violate,
Yeah, the king. She just
All
walked
of
straight
them.
up on him.
and Rhaenyra rode her dragon in and said, "You either have to kill me or
Give me my egg.
stop the dumb shit. Give me back my brother's egg and let's do this." And he was like, "Boom, let's go." That show in the listen, between that and the last scene where the king said, "I'm marrying Alicent," and you
Yeah.
see Rhaenyra's face,
Yeah.
like it went from like
Yo, you were
to like stone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I
don't know.
cannot wait.
I'm on board 100%. And I have to say, Gwendolyn Christie, the tall lady, is the tall lady coming? Being Lucifer in Sandman. I was all about it. So again, Game of Thrones meets Sandman. I'm all in.
Yeah, that was
Now-
awesome.
Now I just need more Tormund in my life. And they have like what they made reference to Robert Baratheon. Remember when he was kneeling?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they're there. They're just not going on them yet. I think you're going to see a Ned. You got to see Ned.
Well, this is hundreds of years in the future, so you're not necessarily
you're going to see Ned's grandfather. You're going to see
Right.
Robert's father. You're going
Right.
to see where
you're going
they
to hear
came.
about the Baratheons, because they made reference to the Baratheons.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the most intriguing character is Daemon, right? You
Yes.
got the second son who is shunned, who is fiery, man. He's a badass.
He's
And
a loose cannon, yeah.
right, and you don't know what's great is no one is the villain yet, right? Daemon is just a rogue brother. Corlys is the sea snake who's upset. Then you got the crab master or whatever the hell his name is. This show is throwing so much stuff at you, and it's all sticking right now. That's
and
all I
Matt
have
Smith.
to say.
Matt Smith's killing it. Sorry.
Yes,
He
Yes.
bombed it in Morbius. He's absolutely killing it in this.
bananas.
Best thing he's done since Doctor Who.
What is your biggest takeaway from this show so far? Given that it's only been 2 episodes and we had such a terrible ending to Game of Thrones.
It's already renewed
What
for a
is-
second season. 2 episodes in, already renewed for a second season. Done. 2 episodes.
your
It had
biggest takeaway.
it had the highest grossing streamed watch show in history. 8.9 million people tried to watch this 2 weeks ago on Sunday. It broke HBO Max.
Broke the internet, bro. Broke the internet. This is one for the records.
Are they still having the creator troubles with finishing like the story and continuing the story? Or is
Yes,
this like
yes. Let's talk about George R. R. Martin and the winds of winter and the spring, whatever the dance of spring. This guy, like I guess he thinks he's immortal, man.
yeah,
We're
it's
gonna
almost
die.
like his co-writer says, "Nah, I'm done," and then he's like, well, I can't finish it now. And I'm like, okay.
Dude,
And
finish your book. Like I literally am like me and my wife talked about it, and we're like, we're not reading this because I don't want to get all the way to a point and be so upset that we got to wait 10 years for not only this book to finish, but the final, spring book to finish. Like this guy was supposed. What? Like did you guys see Misery? Do we need to do a Misery? we gotta grab this guy take him up to a cabin somewhere, get the sledgehammer, go with the
Get
feet.
it done.
Yo,
Right.
shout out to James Caan and rest in peace, good James Caan, man. That Misery will always be classic. He was Sonny first, but he was always a part of that Misery. But literally, George R.R. Martin is trolling everyone because the guy thinks he's immortal and he doesn't want to, like, people are like, yo, it's in poor taste to say, guy, you might die. But when you're like 80 plus, the human lifespan is literally knocking at your door. Like, come on, man, finish your thoughts here. Let's go. But kudos again to those who are reading, House of Dragons, The Dance of Dragons, and adopting this story, man. This story is freaking ridiculous. That's all I got to say. This story is ridiculous.
Will Lord of the Rings have the same success as House of Dragons right now? So
No.
IGN gave Lord of the Rings an 8. So it's like mixed bag. Some people are saying Lord of the Rings is a dumpster fire. Some people are saying it's a success. They're saying that the visuals, the art, the style, the cinematography, the sound is phenomenal. But
The problem is it's coming out the same time. And it's literally kind of similar lore. I love Lord of the Rings. I just don't know that it's going to be able to match politically what Game of Thrones does, because Game of Thrones it's like putting The Sopranos, The Wire in a fantasy land, right? It's like give you all kinds of political drama, intrigue, mystery. Then you got the adult sex content, all kinds of craziness into your standard fantasy dragon. So it's everything that a freaking geek nerd / person will need to live. This is sustenance. House of Dragons is sustenance. Whereas I don't know if Amazon is gonna do right by Lord of the Rings, and the timing just kind of sucks, man.
The fan base is so big, though. Regardless, it's gonna get a draw.
Britain is king. And again, this is where we're gonna debate, because Matt likes the Three-Eye Raven and all of that goodness.
No. I liked 7. I liked the White Walkers. Everything in 8 up to episode 3 was on track for me. After episode 3, it was absolutely garbage.
So actually, seeing
episode
Arya,
2 was probably the best episode.
That was terrible. Season 8,
the
episode 2.
When they were
That was terrible. When you got to see,
I just can't. You know what? Look here. I'm gonna add.
Arya.
He wants to leave now.
No one wanted to see Arya become an adult. Give us more years before we saw all of that. Give us more.
Yeah.
These guys are drinking.
Wait, you don't want to see Arya be adult, but you're okay with the king walking with a 12-year-old saying, "Oh, I'm gonna bed you in 2 years." He's 50 years old, banging a 14-year-old.
I actually love that Lana was about it in terms of riding the dragon. Yo, she wanted Vhagar. That's what I liked about Lana. I still can't get with how brothers and sisters wed, or I'm the king, I will sleep with a 10-year-old. Well, I still can't get with the R. Kellyism, right? But what she was talking about was straight up G stuff. She was like, yo, what happened to Vhagar? Where's that dragon? And yo, if you know about this story, she's about to be the bomb. So that's all I was saying. Like, she was a G in that moment. But going back to it, with regards to episode 2, the reunion, like, it was like, let's have some fun. Let's drink about survival. Let's do, like, no,
you're
man.
about to fight the army
war
of
is
the
coming.
Bullshit. You're about to fight the army of the dead that just trump people. You're gonna have one good night. You're the
nah.
Bro, I'm gonna.
Nah, it was too like. Yeah.
how I feel. I had to just play it. Like, I just want to play it again. That's how I feel talking to you right now.
That goddamn goat is hilarious, man. Listen, we're gonna do a Game of Thrones breakdown show. We'll talk
I
about
think we need to
why,
just do that. I mean, we just
why
in between wine and cheese,
why up to season, the beginning of 6 was the beginning of the end. It changed from a political, everything about Littlefinger changed, everything about Tyrion changed, everything about Varys changed, everything about Daenerys started to change. Hell, Jon Snow, supposed to be the prince that is promised, ended up being the prince that was punked. The whole show changed. And it was because they could not deal with not having the source material, not being told, here's exactly what you need to do for this episode, and here's how you need to do it. They gave us battles, they gave us Hardhome, they gave us the Battle of the Bastards, and for what it was worth, those were great battles, but it was more carnage and less kind of storytelling, and it began to show the cracks. I love that, the queen's second son, did what he did, and she blew up the sept and all of that stuff. But for as much as I love Cersei, the season still sucked. And then 8 was terrible, because no way are you going to sit by while Cersei kills your best friend, my Sunday, and you're just going to let that happen. I'm sorry. When that happened, it was game over. No way am I flying my dragons into the fleet to get killed. I'm sorry, game over. No way is all those people going to be attacked by White Walkers and live. Samwell Tully, he can't even fight, and he had like 10 zombies on him, and he lived. And none of the prophecies were really coming to light. The witch says, "Oh, you will take out Blue Eyes." That wasn't for you. Come on, that wasn't about the White Walkers. Why are you doing this? Like, she should have killed Cersei or something. Like, I can go on a rant, but
I'm just enjoying listening at this point.
I digress.
I can't renounce with you. You used to be my brother. Like, you cut me tonight. You cut me tonight. You better go come. You better make some dinner after the talk that we're having tonight. Yeah, you better end this show.
All right,
quick.
let's talk DC.
It'll take me half an hour, Matt. I'll get started right now.
All right, here we go. We got to say it again.
FOC was telling Sands just to keep going.
I can't. I don't really know. There's there's not much to talk about DC. It is literally the train wrecks dumpster fire from outer space. Like, Sharknado has more growth right now than DC. Like, I don't know.
Wow.
But I won't lie. I don't have it on me. It's upstairs. I read the best book of the year, which was a DC book.
What's that?
The Riddler One Bad Day. That came out.
Really? You like that? Not much?
By far, best book I've read so far this year. Hands down.
Okay.
Phenomenal. So that's in the top running.
Read a book called Duel from Bliss on Tap. That's my number one.
Dream Girl, I am the biggest DC fan. You can look behind me. It's all DC. I'm just disappointed. I mean, I am literally DC to the core. When people hear me talk about Marvel, they cringe because they know I'm not a Marvel fan. But, I'm just disappointed.
And I'm an independent guy. Like,
yeah,
I don't go DC or Marvel.
I mean, look what they're doing. They're still holding on to Ezra Miller, who obviously is a train wreck. I mean,
yeah, he needs some mental health.
He needs help, and he
get admitted. Yeah.
So Sans, they're telling you don't hold back, speak up about DC right now. They want to get off the Game of Thrones train.
Yes. So DC, I literally think DC is going to hell right now, like, in terms of this Discovery merger and them trying to recoup money and what's going on with I don't see a great property in terms of what they're pushing out in terms of reader material. Like, you just told me to read the Tom King Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
You said that was badass. I got to get that. But DC versus vampires, I'm not really. I did pick up Deceased, the God's War. That's one I'm looking forward to reading. I was looking forward to the Crisis, the new Crisis. It's falling flat for me. I don't know what they're doing in terms of content, man. I don't know what they're doing in terms of content.
Chef, I'm on board with you. The early screenings bombed so bad they're going back and doing reshoots. The early screenings also bombed really bad. I'm hearing from a close source that worked on the film that they had to reach out to Henry Cavill for a post-credit scene with him as Superman because The Rock said he wouldn't go up against any other Superman. So I mean, like, I'm excited for what the Discovery Network is going to do with DC, but honestly, just wipe the slate clean. Just wipe the slate clean. Don't do why cancel Batgirl if you're not going to cancel the Flash? Batgirl did nothing. Granted, it may not have been the most compelling story. It may have had a lot of cultural differences, but I like who they casted as Batgirl. I like that they had Michael Keaton as Old Man Batman. I like that had legs to do something great. But you're going to keep this dumpster fire Ezra Miller as Flash and use that as your staple to rewrite the future. You could do it another way. You could do it a total another way. And again, pushing everything back to 2023. I don't think you're going to get any positives from the Shazam 2 this year. I think that's going to flop. I think
so.
we're
Is
in
the
trouble.
goal?
I like
is the goal
Shazam.
to mirror
I like
Marvel?
Shazam.
Is the goal to mirror Marvel? They need a.
That's the one. I
Feige?
shouldn't say the goal. That's the goal is to have a Feige, a 10-year plan. That's what they're working on.
Interesting. Okay.
Now,
See, Sid, I disagree. I've been reading a lot of DC books, and they're just subpar. Like I said, the Riddler One Bad Day is the best thing.
I know what you're saying.
Oh,
'cause
you
you're
disagree
not
with
wrong.
that? I thought Swamp Thing was awesome.
Swamp Thing was phenomenal.
Yeah, Swamp
Yeah.
Thing, but I just don't think like I think a lot of the product that they're putting out is not hitting the mark. Like I'm not I don't want to read any of the Harley stuff. A lot of this kind of what's the other one? Where Batman is bisexual. I forget the name of it.
Aquaman.
I can't remember the name of the new run, but a lot of it has just not been great reads. So I'm gonna go back and read a few of them. Yes, stronger.
Yeah.
I would say Marvel hasn't been the greatest reads as well, but there are a few titles that are carrying Marvel a little bit better, and then the movies are carrying Marvel stronger than the reads.
Yeah, movies.
Whereas
and TV.
DC movies and television are bombing. So that is where I think the real disconnect is.
Batman the Knight.
I mean,
I think
yeah,
Batman White Knight. I think is good.
Oh, absolutely. I watched. Oh shoot, what was I watching? It was a Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, it was good.
That was dope.
Good. It's an animated film.
Like,
DC crushes animated film.
DC
It doesn't
animated
matter.
films
It
is
doesn't matter how
second to
dated
none.
it is either.
Yeah, I mean the Constantine they just came out with, the Green Lantern one they just came out with. I thought was phenomenal. The animated film. Harley
I went
Quinn
back and-
animated TV series got it 4th season.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something else. Yeah, that's a whole.
But
I-
what are we to expect? Listen, I think we can go back and forth on this. DC movies and Discovery right now is in the fucking tank. You know, excuse my French. When you are canceling a bunch of shows, you're cutting bait on shows like Batgirl, and then you leave. So Aquaman 2, that is a comedy. You have Joker 2, a musical. What is going like where did this change in direction, and who said that would be kind of the best way to go with things? Like
That was before they brought in Discovery, so they wanted to. It's the great internal battle. Is the Zack Snyder cut candid or not? And quite frankly, it needs to be because it's the best thing they've ever done.
Absolutely.
And I think Discovery's starting to see that. Just the numbers alone prove that you should have done it just for the fans' sake. I mean, they're bringing back Batman. They did reshoots to include Ben Affleck, Batman, and
Yep.
Aquaman.
Yep.
I mean, there's some talks that you'll potentially see him in Shazam. I mean, so I mean, they're trying to correct the wrongs, but I mean, the DC community as a whole is so broken right now.
That's the one I
Guy
got to read.
McLeod said in the chat what Matt said. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was the
That's
best.
the one I
book.
got. I'm picking that up tomorrow.
Dude,
Everyone's talking about this one.
It literally, I want that Riddler in a movie. Hands down, was phenomenal. Better than Hush Riddler. Better than, yeah. His depiction of the Riddler and Riddler having enough in his backstory was.
Is anyone here reading Deathstroke or Deathstroke Inc.?
Deathstroke
Inc. The covers are looking phenomenal. I just haven't had the time to jump into it.
When they first started the Crisis arc, that's when I was reading it, and I thought it was pretty freaking cool. There's Deathstroke and his son, and he gets like framed for a murder. I've been liking it.
Ivan sent me a bunch of his books because he did a lot of covers for Deathstroke, and he knows Deathstroke and Mr. Freeze are my top two villains. So he sent me a bunch of them, and I read them. They were good. They were good. They're good stories, but they're not like stories that are going to latch on long term. They're like good little short runs. Like, I don't know. Batman.
I like Supergirl from last year. It just got to trade. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Freaking blew me away.
I don't know. I'm indifferent on DC, Sans. I'm really just.
But you're a big DC guy, man.
I know, man. It's what's killing me. Like,
that's your wheelhouse.
Look, Chef said it, man. Chef, man, you and I are gonna find the mental institution to check ourselves in, because I think if Black Adam bombs, and I think it's on the fence right now. I don't want to judge it before it's over, but
I thought they were doing the Batman Who Laughs.
I'm not sure if they've announced it.
In the animated
when's fandom?
I don't know when. Isn't that in like late September, October? But
I think it's coming out.
Death Metal. Before Death Metal, there was like when Death Metal was coming out, there were like these little animated shorts, and you could see the Batman Who Laughs. Man, that would be so freaking cool. That's what I'm waiting for. An animated Batman Who Laughs would actually kill, man. That would really.
I agree. I think that'd be cool.
Dawnbreaker, see the Red Death. I want to see all of that in animation. That would be so dope.
Phantom Humanity happened this year. I agree with you. I think it did early this year. Who that? 2022 has not been my year. I have not gotten one book. I think
the only thing left is D23.
D23, and then there's like another fan expo coming up. There's some talks. Someday Da Vinci. I agree. I like short runs, but I want some development. I mean, I want some development on a new character. I mean, they started to do this with Clown Hunter. I mean, they had some cool ideas early on in the year, but they never developed them. They never Punchline. They never developed her well enough. Like,
yeah.
She could have been the Harley Quinn of the future. Never developed her. Like, they fell short.
Well, hold on. I wanna correct one thing. Punchline was developed in the backup stories of every Joker issue. That's my opinion.
But she never, I'm sorry.
Harley
Quinn can stand on her own. Punchline has the ability to stand on her own.
She has a Punchline number 1.
So here we are into the third quarter. Y'all know I'm a big villain fan. Has there been any villain this year that officially sticks? Not only across DC, but Marvel, Independent, whatever it is. Like, we've had Failsafe. Who else has we had? There's just been a ton of like new intros of villains. What was Titan? You had all kinds of stuff. Is there anyone that sticks that has legs? Because villains sell, right? Is there anything?
I mean, that Riddler story was phenomenal. Go read it. It's probably the best villain story since
Killing Joke.
Killing Joke. I'm gonna throw it up there.
That's big.
that-
That's
it was that good.
big talk.
That was good.
Killing Joke was the first graphic novel I read.
Hey,
I will.
Taylor
I would.
said-
I would.
Imagine
I would
starting
actually.
there, though.
I would put it up on the Killing Joke with you, Kyle. So I want you.
But-
I'd want you to read it.
No, I understand, but imagine
Oh
starting
damn!
reading.
I'm
comics and
getting
you start
5 of this book tomorrow because it sounds like they're gonna go to second and third print. If this
Oh
book,
yeah.
we've had chat members already said multiple times this is good. Matt has been talking about this book for since the last week.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got book club coming up next week. We're gonna be talking about this Riddler issue, man, because this sounds like it's a hell of a run. All right,
Oh, yeah.
y'all, we're
I'll see
coming
if I
up
can
on
get
the
it, too.
end of our show. I want to do a quick giveaway. Shout out to
Ooh.
the 18 people.
What are you giving
It's
away?
just some Skybound goodness.
Heck yeah, Clementine.
Yes, if
Yeah.
you guys are fans of
I love. Do you have
the
do you,
Telltale game.
do you have
Yo.
Assassination Nation?
No. What is that?
Oh, it's in Skybound X. It might be one of them. Keep showing them. I'll tell you which one.
Okay.
Okay, that's the Rick Grimes. Okay, these are all the Rick Grimes ones. There, that one. That's my favorite.
Ah.
Assassination.
So,
It's such a cool story. It's about friendship, but they're all murderers.
oh wow. I
It's like
that.
it's Murder Falcon-esque,
So
but not about music.
hashtag, we're gonna do a quick hashtag to close out the night. The hashtag is going to be Adeline Rose. So Kyle or Matt, can you type in the correct spelling for them?
And these books, they're never going to be collected in trade. They've just added the Murder Falcon hardcover that came out has the Skybound X thing in it. So they might re-release Assassination Nation. They might re-release that hardcover and put the Skybound X stuff in that as well. So these are good books to have, especially the Rick Grimes freaking 20.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Rick
3000.
Grimes show coming, y'all. So someone's gonna win this 4 set of books. This is number 1, 2, and 3. And I will be sending this out to a lucky viewer. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you guys for showing some love to our special guests, talking about the Adeline Rose Foundation, Tara.
Absolutely.
Be sure to reach out and follow her. Matt, please put the link back in the chat for anyone who just got here. Take a look or watch the rewind. There's an opportunity to get in on some great collectibles, but it's all for a great cause. 100% of those proceeds will be going to the Adeline Rose Foundation, and she is focused on the Empty Stroller run that is coming up, y'all. So these are some of the giveaways that you can get in on. Yes.
Ooh.
So that's just the first set of slabs. Again, people are sending in donations of what they want to auction. We've got full runs. I think we got 2 Watchmen full runs. We got medals. Somebody
Cool. I'll
sent
get
me.
some books together.
Yes, whatever you want to do. Like again,
Yes,
it's 100%
Sid.
for a charge.
It will be
I just have a lot of
on-
books. It's easy.
It will be on the 21st or the 28th, said. It's going to take the place of this month's Well Wednesday.
Okay.
So it'll be on a Wednesday, the 21st or the 28th. We're looking for guests to join. And again, you can donate 5%, 10%, 50%, whatever you want as part of your sale to go towards the charity. So we
Cool.
appreciate
And we could like rotate people in too, right?
Yes. It's not just like 5 people. It's whoever wants to
Because
get on it.
there's going to be a lot of people wanting to.
Yeah. Again, like we said, we did something on the channel last year to support individuals who were impacted by the hurricane and needed to rebuild. This year,
Mhm.
we're focused on Adeline Rose and really making sure that someone in the community that a cause is met. So again, we always on this channel want to make sure that community comes together. So that's what it's about.
We're pretty
All right,
confident
shall
it's
we?
going to be the 21st, Sid. So that's a good sign.
Perfect. All right, here we go with the giveaway. We got 11 entries. Adeline Rose. Once again, look it up, ladies and gents. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you once again for hanging out with us tonight, talking your crap to us while we talk crap back at you. Someday Da Vinci.
I was about to say,
Yes,
have you won your own raffle? Because I put in the hashtag
Well, because
for you.
he had to be entered because you.
I was calling what not rigged. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Hey, y'all know me. I do a not what solo show once a month. A not what solo show. You can catch me on a Friday or Saturday night, just doing about an hour and a half, called the Not What Show. Congratulations, my man. Someday Da Vinci. These
Awesome,
will go
man.
into a pile for you, good sir.
Make sure you read these too. These are dope.
Yeah,
I read every single one. They're amazing.
Hey, that is awesome. Salute to all of you. Shout out to my panel members. Shout out to Tara and the Adeline Rose Foundation. Thank you guys once again. And we will see you in a couple of weeks, ladies and gents. Y'all know what to do. Smash that like button and tell a friend about the show. Have a great one.